Right, so I've never done one of these before, guys, but I thought it would be quite interesting because I did put a tweet out about this and some of you seemed quite interested in it. So the background gameplay isn't too important. It's 87 kills on Nuketown, but there you go. So this is going to be a real life story. And let me know down below, guys, after this video in the comment section if you want more of these sort of stories or what I think on several things. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what happened around a year ago, just under 1 year ago, when I went to New York as a sort of present for finishing my GCSE exams. But it's more about the journey, the journey there and the journey back. So, not one word of this, guys, will be a lie, but this actually happened. This is something that happened. No, the plane didn't crash, even though I'd probably preferred if it did. But anyway, this is my first time ever going to New York, and it was a complete surprise to me. And the tickets, I was told about it about 3 days before we went away. The tickets were booked pretty much last minute, so there were no seats left on the plane. So we had economy tickets, which wasn't the end of the world. I wasn't too bothered. I'm more interested about, well, to be honest, the hotel you stay at and what you actually do there. But this is my first ever time going to Manhattan, to be honest with you guys, and I couldn't wait to go there. So yeah, this was that. So in the morning we get... I actually wake up at about 3 AM, didn't really go to bed, I'll be honest with you guys. The best way to do long... I can't be able to talk about that. But anyway, I wake up at about 3 AM, so I'm pretty tired. I went to bed at about 1, so I had pretty much no sleep. Because I had to do my packing the night before, I literally completely forgot. I was just going with my mum. Sort of a trip for both of us. And so... wake up at about 3, leave the house at 3:45 after I've got ready and everything. More my mum getting ready, as you guys know. So we get a cab, pick us up, nice Mercedes. I'm into my cars, I'm into my planes, those sort of things. So we get picked up by a nice Mercedes. I think, wow, this is like, you know, travelling first class, sort of chauffeur to the airport. Get taken to London Heathrow Airport. I eat my breakfast there in Terminal 5, which is amazing. And we board the flight, and I'm used to boarding premium economy. This is how I like to travel, if not first class. But we have we had economy seats, wasn't too fast, so it was a sort of new experience for me. We then get on the plane. Find my seat number, go pretty much near the back of the plane because it was last minute seats on this 747, travelling British Airways. Sit down in my seat, get my music ready, get my headphones ready, sit down, get ready for a 8-hour or so flight. So I've got my music, preparing to sleep on the plane, and then, oh no, you guys can see where this is going. I look up and I see this quite wide gentleman walking down the aisle, and there are a few seats in front of me and behind me and to my right in the middle of the plane. I'm sitting on the far left hand side of the plane, so I'm thinking, come on, no, one of those other seats. So he's walking around, he's huddling along, he's taking his time, he's looking around. He was really, really big. Not hating on any oversized people or anything, just saying he was really, really big. And big people sitting next to you in economy, no, it doesn't go together. Just how about no? So he's walking around, I think, come on, no, just sit in front, that's fine, sit 2 rows in front, side of me, behind me. So he comes along, I'm sort of ignoring him, just got my music in, ready, waiting to listen to the security announcements. Even though I travel a lot, I always listen to the security announcements, just in case, even though you're more likely to be in an accident on the way to the airport. Did you guys know that? Probably not in recent years, though, because the plane might go missing or whatever, but he then eventually, of course, comes to my row. I'm sitting on the window seat, right there, and he comes and he sits down, and he sits in the middle seat, right next to me, and I'm thinking, no, we're not going to do that. At this stage, it's about 6:30 in the morning, we've gone through security and everything, I've had my food, he's obviously had his food. He comes, he sits next to me, and you know the armrest you guys get in economy? His belly was going to my side of it, it had gone through the armrest, so I was thinking, okay, no. So I had to budge up, I had a pillow or whatever I could get, and I just tried to budge up, sit next to the window. And once again, guys, this isn't hating on people, but the amount of food he ate on that flight next to me as well, and I was trying to go to sleep, I had no chance. I'm quite a tall guy, I'm high 5 feet, probably be around 6 feet when in a year or two I've stopped growing. So I'm quite tall, and I had very limited legroom and space as it was in economy. And I'm budged up next to this window, and I thought, no, come on, 8 hours of this, are you serious? But anyway, I was looking forward to the trip, I wasn't going to let this moment ruin me. But then, of course, 4 hours into the flight, you know, you've got to do what you got to do. I had coffee, I had orange juice, you've got to go to the toilet. So the conundrum of getting, not over this gentleman, but around him, It took him about 3 minutes after me sort of trying to gently nudge him, saying, excuse me, can I go to the toilet? I just need to get up. He had to get up, he had to move the person on the right of him, the aisle seat, who was a complete stranger. At least she had space for her legs in the aisle. I mean, this guy, it was unbelievable. It took him about 5 minutes to get out of his seat and, you know, walk to the aisle so I could get round. And of course, when I come back from the toilet, he hasn't stood up or gone for a little walk. On these long flights, I normally tend to stand up for a bit, stretch my legs, go for a little wander around the plane, maybe go to the bar, whatever there, get some nice orange juice or something. And I come back, and again, I've got to get round him, sit down, put my seatbelt back on, find where I was in the film I was watching at this stage, because I'd given up on sleeping. I've tried to lean to my right, but obviously it was him. Would have been quite a nice cushion to lie on, not gonna lie, but anyway, looking past that, or rather round that, that was the rest of the flight. But anyway, we arrived in New York. There was a 1.5 hour customs line at JFK, and this is after we landed and we had to wait at the gate for some weird reason for about 30 minutes. Once the engines were off on the plane, there's no aircon, so it was boiling hot. This was late June, early July we went, and it was so humid. It was 85-90% humidity, and it was about 30 degrees centigrade there. It was horrible. It was the most humid weather you can get in New York City, in Manhattan. So we then have to wait in this customs line for about 1.5 hours. We see the US residents just strolling past, and there were fans, but at the front of the queue. But anyway, after we did that, we then got on the shuttle, got to the hotel. We had a great trip there, did loads and loads of things there. The airport shuttle, by the way, not the space shuttle. Maybe next time we'll do that in Florida. But we had a great time there, and then on the way back to the airport, well, you guys have to let me know. Do you guys want to know what happened in the taxi on the way back to the airport? Let me know down below, guys, if you want to see part 2 of this story. It was a taxi ride on the way back to the airport, and it's quite a similar story, and then that will also go into what happened on the plane on the way back. Once again, no, it did not crash. I'm still here with you. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give the video a like. It's one of these first sort of life stories I've done, and it's quite interesting for me to reminisce about what happened and what didn't happen as well. But this part 2 of this video will come out. If you want to see it, comment down below part 2 please, or something like that. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all maybe on part 2 over on the next video.
Mission successful. Hardly a challenge. But if you close your eyes